Welcome, folks. I am Jaby KOAY, and we are going to look at the Nailing It clip from Marvel Studios' She-Hulk Attorney at Law, Disney+. I think I just realized they're calling it Nailing It clip, as in it's a clip from She-Hulk, and okay. I am also wearing my green long sleeve in honor of He-Hulk, who's featured in She-Hulk. And yeah, here we go. If you guys haven't already, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, bell icon, all notifications, and pretty please vote this up. Let YouTube know you're enjoying what you're watching, helps out the algorithm and all that stuff you're probably tired of hearing about, but gotta say it nonetheless. Here we go.
Being a Hulk asks for balance.
Commotion, we causing a commotion.
It's easy.
Little punk!
So I'm clearly nailing it at all of these things. When am I ever going to use this as a lawyer?
Jen, when you have powers like this, it's like putting a target on your back and the backs of all the people you care about.
Oh, cool. Yet another way my life is ruined. Thanks, Bruce.
All right, all I've been doing is showing you the downsides of being a Hulk, but there are a few upsides. Our bodies metabolize alcohol at an incredibly fast rate, which means that we can drink so much and not get drunk.
Well, what's the point if you're not feeling the buzz? Oh, okay, you are feeling the buzz. Gotcha.
Good.
Well, all right, fun. What comes next? I want to know. It's very interesting to see him get frustrated because he's trying to school her and she's sort of schooling him at the same time, showboating him a little bit, upstaging him, if you will, and he's just not having it. It's cute. It's really cute. The concept that you could get incredibly drunk but not get any of the after effects of alcohol is a little bit strange to me. But hey, man, I mean, that's part of the magic of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I would love that superpower, the ability to just feel incredible amounts of buzz and never have a hangover ever again. Fun fact, it was actually my birthday yesterday and I had lots of tequila. In lieu of drinking water, which is the better solution, by the way, to combat drunkenness, is to eat fatty foods. You gotta poison yourself doubly in order to avoid the hangover. It's a bit ironic to me. Anyway, not if you're the Hulk, not if you're He-Hulk. If you're He-Hulk, you can just, or She-Hulk for that matter, you can just keep on drinking and you know, party all night. This is probably not gonna come up in the show at all, but I do wonder if She-Hulk already had some sort of yoga skills prior to becoming the She-Hulk, any physical things that she was already capable of, because Hulk, Bruce Banner was, you know, a scientist. That's what he was good at. There was no indication that he was a physical dude, as far as I know, before becoming the Hulk. Once he became the Hulk, then it's like, rah, strong guy, smash. If she already has had skills, you know, be it yoga or capoeira or gymnastics or martial arts or Krav Maga or a single women's self-defense class, whatever it might be, presumably she could bring that into her Hulkness and apply that, and that's why she's able to upstage him like that. I'm basically trying to justify why she's able to so easily upstage him like that and be so advanced so quickly. I think the other day I was watching a trailer of She-Hulk and I called it the Luke Skywalker effect because Luke entered his Jedi training very late in life. Like, he was an adult when you're supposed to enter it as a young boy or girl or they. Nonetheless, you know, you're supposed to enter it at quite a young age, and he entered it late, and he was still able to become a Jedi Master. Here she is becoming a Hulk Master. She literally just started her training, and she's already besting him in a number of areas. It seems like she's got really good command over her person, over all of her, you know, physical capabilities right away. Just wondering why, that's all. Why is she able to do all that so quick? It's fun, it's ha-has, but why? Why, just because it's just for the laughs, or is there an actual reason? That's all I'm wondering about at this point. I haven't read the comic, so maybe if I did, they would give me all the information I'm asking about, and I wouldn't be so ignorant in this area. I know there's been a lot of talk about the uncanny valley effect of She-Hulk because they haven't had, I mean, you know, all the Marvel visual effects people sort of, well, at least some of them were coming out complaining that they just don't have enough time. They're always working under pressure to get these things done. There's always revisions coming at the last second, which is setting them back, making their job even harder. It made me wonder how much time was spent on the hair, particularly of She-Hulk, of course. I mean, Bruce Banner's hair is shorter. It looks really good. It looks like real hair, right? It looks real. It doesn't look like animation. With her, especially when her hair was down, I know this is just a random thing, but that adds a real human quality to her. It adds a lifelike quality to her that is, you know, otherwise not completely present in the face because of that uncanny valley effect. They're at least doing a great job with her hair because as someone who is not a hair aficionado, as someone whose expertise is not related to that in the slightest whatsoever, I thought her hair looked great. Both instances, when it was tied up with the little things, and then when her hair was down with that very Sonya Blade 1996 Mortal Kombat look. When Sonya Blade was tied up with Shang Tsung. I don't actually know if Sonya Blade's hair looked like that. I just remember her hair was kind of poofy and down. Now, sort of walking back on what I said a moment ago, in spite of the fact that there's this sort of uncanny valley effect to She-Hulk, I think that what we're seeing here is going to make up for it, which is the dynamic between She-Hulk and He-Hulk. Just with She-Hulk's character in general, her discovering her powers, her interacting with everybody, and just like following her in her life, I think is going to be quite interesting that we're going to hopefully forget about the shortcomings of the visual effects when it comes to, you know, her face, basically. I think that maybe we'll forget, kind of like when you're watching a movie in 3D. A lot of times it'll have this effect while you're watching the film where 20, 30 minutes in, you sort of forget you're watching a 3D film. You're just involved in the story now, and the 3D effect is just sort of, I think your brain just automates it in a way that it's no longer like this impressive effect on you. It's just, now you're just immersed in the experience. And I think that might happen here, where you stop concentrating so much on, you know, whatever, it not looking quite as real. I think that when you're looking at a trailer and there's like cuts back to back to back with a human and her face and a human and her face and then like her real version or whatever, and it's also a trailer, so it's, you know, earlier, it's not like out yet. It might be emphasized even more how not human she looks at times. The other cool thing about today, though, well, it's up to you whether it's cool or not. We've been hearing about this ever since Spider-Man No Way Home. They can update this as they go. Like, it even happened recently with Stranger Things, where if you watched Stranger Things the moment it dropped, you saw an early version of it, and the visual effects wasn't complete. I mean, it was like an earlier version of it. But while the show was already out, assuming that it was going to take time for people to get to that last episode, you know, the Duffer brothers were able to, you know, complete the show once it already went public, and they put out a new version of it on streaming. And so with that in mind, if Marvel feels like it, they can always update this and give you She-Hulk 2.0 and make it look more refined. All that to say, I am enjoying what I'm seeing so far, and I'm looking forward to it, and so can you. You guys, thanks so much for hanging out and watching this clip of He-Hulk and She-Hulk with me. Really appreciate y'all being here. Please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, bell icon, all notifications, and pretty please vote this up. Let YouTube know you're enjoying what you're watching if you are. And if you're not, well then,
leave me alone, please leave me alone. Leave me alone, please leave me alone. Leave me alone, please leave me alone. Leave me alone, please leave me alone.